Hey everyone, this is Andie Snyder, your dating and relationship coach from Find and Keep a Great Man. I'm here live for you tonight to talk about some snappy suggestions for great distance dating get-togethers. And this is basically for online stuff, and it's sponsored for you tonight for the dating A to Z's, distance dating A to Z's, for the letter G for get-togethers. And so tonight we're going to talk about online dating specifically and about how we can use that for distance dating. Given our situation, we're mostly distance dating right now. We don't know when we're going to be going back to having our availability to do in-person dating. Some say it'll be the ban will be by April 10th. Some say it won't be. It'll be ongoing into the summer months. And either way, whenever our ban for distance dating is over, there'll be some carry over into being able to use distance dating, because our mood is going to be one of wanting to check in with people online even more so than it is in the past. And people are going to want to see how the relationships are online first, even more so than in the past. So it's even more important now to be able to connect with others online than it had been in the past. So if you hadn't been a fan of online dating in the past, now is a time for an opportunity to connect online with others and to have a way of being able to do that, to be able to connect with others online. So how do you connect with others online and have those first, second, third, fourth dates online? Because now that's an important time to be able to do that, and maybe even in the future into the summer months, and maybe even beyond that, to be able to connect more and more with others online, to get to know each other, to be able to have that opportunity to get to know each other even before taking those steps in person for those initial in real life dates. So I'm going to give you a couple of hints, 10 snappy suggestions for those get-togethers online, so that you can really have some fun and get to know some people online in the dating realm. And if you are already in an established relationship, starting to get to know somebody and it had kind of been cut off because of the distance, now is an opportunity where you can have some suggestions of what to do on those dates, so that you can continue the momentum with dating that special someone that you want to build a relationship with. So 10 snappy suggestions. So the first one, and I got my note cards with me just in case I need to refer to them. So the first one that I wanted to talk about is to actually have a date, whether it's a coffee date or you're building even more relationship with them. You want to have a drink perhaps, or you want to have actual food. So go ahead and have food delivered from your local restaurant. Maybe if you live together in the same area, you can have food delivered from that same restaurant and share the menu options, share that special idea of going to that same restaurant, and have patronage to your local community restaurants. That's always helpful. The other thing that you could do is you could cook a meal together and share some time in the kitchen together, share your skills, share a recipe, get to share your personal recipe with that new person in your life, and share some skills, teach maybe even a recipe of how your cooking skills in the kitchen, and get to know maybe juggling that, dancing back and forth in the kitchen. Cooking as foreplay is always actually very fun. So that's one thing that you could do together, is share the cooking, share the ordering, and also share the meal together and get to know each other with camaraderie over food. So number 2 is play a game together. Now you can have a skill building game You could share something as easy as checkers, or you could do something like chess, or you can play a fun game like Yahtzee. You could do also an online game. They have plenty of online games that you can play against the computer, or you can play competitively against each other. So that's an option, is to do something fun as a game together. You can also play some card games, depending on what kind of card games that you are both into. So that's number 2, is play a game together. Number 3, do something that is creative. So depending on the types of crafts that you're already into, perhaps you are an artist, you can share your art skills with a new person. A lot of times people get together over special interests, that you have found a person that you have an interest in because they share a similar interest. So if you are sharing an interest, then share that interest over the online venue as well. So maybe it's just as simple as doing adult coloring with each other while you're talking. Sometimes that can ease some of that initial jitters when you're getting to know somebody. But also you could paint a picture with each other, teach somebody perhaps how to paint, maybe paint the exact same picture together and share your creativity with each other. Maybe you could teach another type of skill set in addition to that. So I always love to share a creative activity together. Perhaps you could even do something like yoga together. That could be a creative skill if you're both into yoga. Okay, so the 4th one would be do a deep dive into getting to know each other through either the metaphysical or the spiritual side of things. So if you are interested in metaphysics, it could be something like what is your numerology, what is your astrology, what is your cards of illumination, what is, I've got the dog barking in the background. So what is your love sign, what is your, what would also be perhaps your enneagram or your human design. So getting to know all of these things about each other helps to further interest in each other and get to know whether or not you would be a compatible match, and it's taking that deep dive into things. Perhaps you are don't know those types of things, and your partner can share some of that skill set with you, and you can find out a little bit more about yourself in the meantime as well. Or maybe it's more of the spiritual religious side of things. So you can share a parable that you're interested in that day. You could share A Course in Miracles, what you're working on for that day. So there's lots of things on the spiritual and metaphysical side that you can share with each other. It's because you are getting together with that person over a common value set and a common interest. Okay. Next, well, we did hear the dog barking in the background, so you can share your pets with each other. So if you both have pets, you could share your pets with each other. Sometimes it takes a little while to get to know each other's pets because you might not be coming over to that person's house right away. So when you are working together, getting to know each other on a virtual date, you have that opportunity to see each other's pets a little bit sooner. Maybe you could take a walk with each other. If you both have dogs, you could take a virtual walk with each other over video, and then you get to meet each other's dogs sooner. Or if you're inside on the virtual Zoom room, you could see each other's dogs or cats that way and get an inside look about how the love that you have for each other's animals that way as well. So that can be super important. It's an inside look about how someone relates to their home life and what's important to them in their home. Okay, next, we also have other things that can be important to you, such as the things that you are reading, the things that spark an interest in your life, such as books and the information that you're taking in. So if you both have a similar interest, you could share a book, like as in a book club. So assign, in a sense, the same book, and you could, for the next meeting, for your next date, your next virtual date, you could read a chapter together and then get together and discuss that chapter, and then you could have a really intellectual discussion about what it is that you read. Or if you decide that you are both interested in the same, you could share on that date reading each other chapters of the book. It can be really fun to listen to each other sharing chapters and then have that discussion inside the date. And hearing each other read can be pretty sexy sometimes, getting to know each other in terms of their voice that way as well. Okay, you can also do that with your favorite TV shows. So if you happen to be the type of person who likes to watch movies, likes to watch TV, that's important to you in your life. Some people really dig that, and some people it's not their thing. So remember, you're getting together with somebody based on shared interest levels, shared values. So that will be important to you, and it would be important to another person, and you could, in a sense, watch a TV show together and pause it every once in a while and talk about it. Or you could have a TV show that you're currently watching and then talk about it during that date, even if you're not watching it together on the date, and talk about why that is important to you. It could be a political show, or it could be something that's a documentary, or it could be just your regular drama series or comedy. So any of that is okay, because that's who you are naturally in life, and you want to share your authentic you and have someone who matches you compatibly. So be okay with that. Don't hide it. All right, next, you can entertain. So perhaps you are an entertainer. There are so many entertainers in the world, and if you are one of them, share that joy with the person that you are meeting. Maybe you can share a little mini virtual concert. Get out that guitar or the piano or the horn or whatever you have, and maybe it's just your vocal your vocal quality and being able to sing. Maybe it's little skits or something like that you do. But if you are an entertainer, that is so beautiful. Share that with the person that you have on a date. If they're interested in that, maybe they could share back something, and you can teach each other perhaps, or you could just be that little entertainer in that moment, and that's naturally, beautifully who you are, and they can get a sense of that and love you for it. Okay, next we have sharing something that's on your screen. So you can screen share, and you could set up a specific folder for this so that you don't have to show everything that's on your screen. But maybe it's something like favorite photos of like past trips that you've taken, something that's specifically important to you, about you, and let's say it is past trips, something that you have done in your life that you feel is specifically valuable to you and memorable, and that you want to share with that person, a special interest. You could talk about those past adventures that you've taken and why they were important, and then maybe also talk about the upcoming adventures, the things that are on your bucket list, and why that's important for you as well, what it will provide for you to be able to do that for you still in your life. Okay, and then lastly, the last thing I want to talk about today is that you could give a little mini tour of your home, or specific sections of your home, because this is really intimate to let somebody into your home, and you may not want to do this on your first date or your second date, maybe just until you really can feel like you can trust that person, that you know that they are safe enough to invite into that inner sanctum of the rest of your home. And you can show them sections of your home, maybe your altar if you have one, or your section of where you do your exercise, or your living space, whatever part of your home that you feel comfortable inviting them into. And like if you're doing a video chat and you don't feel comfortable inviting them into certain areas of your home, make sure you're doing this video chat with them in a section where you've got an area that it feels like safe, where you have a screened off area, or it's just in a section where it's not showing things that are too personal and too private, so that you can feel that you have that safety of intimacy until you are ready to open that up into someone where you feel that it is acceptable and okay and safe. All right, those were my 10 snappy suggestions for distance dating, and I hope that that was helpful for you. Stay tuned for a next episode where we talk about how you can increase the impact for your social for your social I just lost it. You can increase the impact for your profile, for your online dating profile, and so that you can have more awareness out there in the world, so that you can get these first, second, and third dates going online. All right, until next time, much love for you, and have a wonderful day, have a wonderful evening. Enjoy. Enjoy. All right. See you later. Have fun out there. Bye-bye.